Sushruta for NEET is now available on the Google Play Store. Try it out for free.
Organisms occupy a place in the natural surroundings or in a community according to their feeding relationship. According to their, where is my pen? Oh, I have not connected it at all. So, organisms occupy a place in a natural surrounding. That means every organism has their own place in the ecosystem. A crow has its own place, dog has its own place, a rabbit has its own place, monkey has its own place. And the organisms occupy a particular place in the natural surroundings or in a community according to their feeding relationship with other organisms. So, based on the source of their nutrition or food, that means how they obtain their energy. Based on the source of their nutrition food, organisms occupy a specific place in the food chain that is known as their trophic level. Always ask a question, what is a trophic level? A trophic level is the position occupied by an organism based on their food requirement or based on their that energy requirement, nutrition requirement. So I hope this is clear. Based on the source of their nutrition or food, organisms occupy a specific place in the food chain, and that is known as their trophic level. So that means the monkey occupies one trophic level, the deer occupies one trophic level, the tiger occupies one trophic level, the wolf occupies one trophic level, the snake occupies one trophic level based on their food requirement, based on their nutritional requirement. Producers always belong to the first trophic level. Remember, producers always belong to first trophic level. Herbivores always belong to second trophic level. Carnivores always belong to third trophic level. So producers are always in the first trophic level. Herbivores, which feed on the plants, they occupy the second trophic level and they are always called primary consumers. And carnivores occupy the third trophic level, but they are called secondary consumers. I hope you understand this point. Lohit? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Janani?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Look here. This is what you have the different trophic level. This is the primary producer. They occupy first trophic level. Now you tell me, who are the primary producers in the lake or in aquatic ecosystem? Aisha? Who are the producers in the aquatic ecosystem?
Plants.
Plants. Which type of plants? Diti? Who are the producers in an aquatic ecosystem?
Plants.
What type of plants? Is it at all plants?
No, sir, grasses.
Aquatic.
Aquatic plants.
Aquatic plants. There it is mainly phytoplankton. Phytoplanktons are the important primary producers in the aquatic ecosystem. Grasses are the primary producers in a grassland. Trees are the primary producers in the forest or in general. Terrestrial. Grasses and trees are in a terrestrial ecosystem. In a terrestrial ecosystem, they are the producers. Phytoplanktons are the primary producers in aquatic ecosystem. Understood? Okay. If that is the case, Jaya, who are the primary consumers in the primary consumers are herbivore and they occupy second trophic level. They occupy second trophic level. This occupies first trophic level. Who are the primary consumers in in the aquatic ecosystem? Who are the primary consumer? Who are the primary consumer, Vismita? Who are the primary consumer? The
Small fishes.
primary consumer in the aquatic ecosystem are zooplankton. Zooplanktons feed on phytoplankton. Zooplanktons are microscopic animals, floating animals, and phytoplankton are microscopic floating plants. So, in the aquatic ecosystem, primary consumers are zooplankton. Primary producers are phytoplankton. Okay, phytoplanktons. Of course, there are so many aquatic plants also, no doubt. But so phytoplankton, like diatoms, we have already studied, they form more than 70% algae, 70% of the producers of in the aquatic ecosystem. Who are the primary consumers in the terrestrial ecosystem, Nadira? Who are the primary consumers in the terrestrial ecosystem? Primary consumers in the terrestrial ecosystem include include grasshoppers in a grassland and cow in the grassland, or you would come across a deer, then elephants, monkeys, etc., rabbit, etc. Have you followed, Nadira? Nadira?
Yes, sir.
Now coming to secondary consumer. Secondary consumer occupy third trophic level, and these are carnivores. And these carnivores are, especially in case of the aquatic ecosystem, mainly fishes. And in terrestrial ecosystem, they are birds, wolves, etc. And the fourth tropic level is occupied by top carnivores. Top carnivores. So here, if you look into this aquatic ecosystem, it may be larger fishes. Even we can include man also in that, or even you can include a lion, tiger, etc. These are all occupy the fourth topic level. So, what are topic level? Topic level is a position occupied by an organism based on its nutritional requirement. Based on their nutrition requirement. Have you followed? Have you followed? Siddesh? Siddesh?
Yes,
Have
sir.
you followed? Okay?
Yes, yes,
Right?
sir.
Now, if this is clear to you, I would like to know from you. Yes, come on. Yes, come on. Yeah, who will tell me this? I have already told you about primary, secondary, tertiary, or first, second, third, fourth topic level. Okay? Who will tell me now? Come on. Quick, I want someone of you to tell. So these are the topic level. First, tell me what is the topic level. Quick, quick, quick. Don't waste my time. Quick, quick, quick. Aisha, can you? Aisha, can you? Aisha, hello? Aisha,
Yes, sir.
tell me what is the topic level? Quick, yeah? Let's see. Aisha, Blessy, Kanisa. Fatima has not come? Yeah, Fatima is there. Who will tell, please? I don't want to wait. And shall I go ahead then? Janani, are you in a position to say?
So the organisms occupy a specific place based on the source of the nutrition.
Yeah, that is the topic level. So it in a simple term, the topic level is the position occupied by an organism based on its nutritional requirement. Okay, right? Now, Lohit, which occupies always first topic level?
Producers.
Producers. Vishwas, which occupies the third topic level? Vishwas, which occupies the third topic level? Vishwas, are you there? Tanusri, can you tell me? Which occupies the third topic level? Tanusri, yeah, please, someone of you should answer now.
Consumer.
Charan, who is answering?
Chinmay.
I am not hearing you. So you don't want me to ask question? Shall I go ahead?
Consumers, sir.
Which consumers?
Carnivores.
Secondary consumers.
Secondary consumer. Jyoti, others they are called?
Sir?
Others they are called? Secondary consumers are also called?
Uh,
Secondary consumers are also called? Which carnivore? Secondary consumers are others called? Secondary consumers are also called? Secondary consumer also called? What I said? Secondary consumers, I have told you, know, they are also called primary carnivores. Okay? So we have here, therefore, this is what you have. These are the primary consumer. Primary consumer, these are the herbivores. Secondary consumer are primary carnivore. Primary carnivore. Primary consumer are the herbivore. Okay? So I hope this is understood. Shall I go ahead? Right? Please let me know who has not come. Let me take the attendance. Aisha, Blessing,
yes, sir.
Elisa,
Yes, sir.
Fatima, Janani,
Yes, sir.
Kavita is not there. Kavita, right? Kavita is not come. Okay. Navya?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there. Nadira is there. Vismita is there. Tanusri, Jayasri, Savitri is there?
Yes, sir.
Savitri?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay. Okay. Then Charan, Chinmay,
Yes, sir.
Chinmay, Harshvardhan, Sarvottam, Siddesh,
Yes, sir.
ಯಾಕಪ್ಪ ಸರ್ವೋತ್ತಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ್
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್
ನೀವು ಯಾರಾದ್ರು ಕರಿತೀರಾ ಸರ್ವೋತ್ತಮಿಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಪ್ಪ ಸರ್ವೋತ್ತಮ ಮತ್ತು ಹರ್ಷವರ್ಧನ್ಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಯಾರಾದ್ರು
ಎಸ್ ಸರ್.
ಯಾರು ಸಿದ್ದೇಶ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ
ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಸರ್ವೋತ್ತಮಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್
ಸಿದ್ದೇಶ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾರು ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಸಿದ್ದೇಶ್ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ
ಹರ್ಷ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
ಹರ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯಾ ಸರಿ ಓಕೆ ನಾವು ಪೃಥ್ವಿ
Yes, sir.
ಲೋಹಿತ್ is there. Namrata?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Jyoti? Rakesh? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. I hope it's clear. It is clear. Now coming back here to this. Yes, are you seeing the board?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, this is what we have the another diagram pertaining to first topical level, second topical level, third topical, fourth topical level. Look here, first topical level, always producer. So it is just given. Second topical level, always primary consumer. Third topical level, always secondary consumer. Secondary consumers are primary carnivores. And tertiary consumer are secondary carnivores. Fourth topical level. You can put any example what you want. Right? The important point to note is that the amount of energy decreases at a successive topic level. As you move from one topic level to another topic level, the amount of energy that is available, gradually it decreases. We are going to study that. Right? When we speak about decrease at topical. When an organism dies, it is converted to detritus or dead biomass that serves as an energy source for decomposer. And I already told you who are the decomposers? Major decomposers in any ecosystem. Who are they?
Bacteria, fungi.
Bacteria and fungi. So organisms at each topic level depend on those at the lower topic level for their energy demand. Organisms at each topic level, that means organisms of third topic level depend on organisms of the second topic level for the food. Organisms second topic level depend on the organism first topic level for their food. Organisms at each trophic level depend on those at the lower trophic level for their energy demands. Each tropical well has a certain mass of living material. Very important statement. Always ask in the body examination also. Each tropical well has a certain mass of living material at a particular time, and it is called standing crop. Standing crop. So each tropical well has certain mass of living material at a particular time. You look into the second tropical well in the forest. What all herbivores are there? They all come under second tropical level. And you can get into how much body mass is there, living material is there. That is what is known as a standing crop. Each tropical level has certain mass of living material. Mass of living material, mass is measured in terms of weight, at a particular time, and it is called a standing crop. The standing crop is measured as the mass of a living organism or biomass or the number in a unit area. It need not be always the biomass. It need not be always the weight you can consider. You can consider the number also. The biomass of a species is expressed in terms of fresh or dry weight. Always biomass is expressed in terms of fresh weight or in terms of dry weight. Right. So this is what always asked. You must know. You have come across in the nutrition chapter what is called standing state, and you have what is called here standing crop. So what I said is a standing crop, and in the same way you have another term called standing state. What is a standing state? Standing state is the amount of nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium, etc., present in the soil of an ecosystem at a given time. At a given time. How much nutrient is present in a particular area at a particular given time is known as the standing state. And it is an abiotic component. Standing crop is the amount of living biomass. This is a non-living, abiotic component, non-living. This is living. Amount of living biomass available at a given tropical level at a given time is called standing crop. You should not forget what is a standing state. Standing state refers to the nutrients, whereas the standing crop refers to biomass. Biomass. So amount of living biomass available at a given tropical level at a given time is a standing crop. It is a biotic component, and the amount of nutrients, especially nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium, sulfur, etc., the amount of the nutrients present in the soil at a given time is known as a standing state or abiotic component. Okay, okay, clear? Prithviraj? Prithviraj?
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between a standing crop and a standing state?
Standing state is amount of nutrients such as nitrogen, phosphorus, calcium present in the soil of an ecosystem at the given time.
Yes, standing
And
crop.
amount of living biomass available at a given trophic level.
Okay, at a given time. So measurement of biomass in terms of dry weight is more accurate. More accurate. Why? Measurement of biomass in terms of dry weight is more accurate because fresh weight vary according to season. So it depends upon the moisture content, variation in the moisture. Therefore, dry weight is more accurate than the wet weight, right? So the number of tropical levels in the grazing food chain is restricted as the transfer of energy follows 10% law. This is another important point. So always the number of tropical levels in the grazing food chain. Grazing food chain. What is grazing food chain? Namrata? Namrata, what is grazing food chain?
It's about the grazing animals, sir.
Grazing food chain. What is another food chain that you have? Just like this. Grazing food chain, there's one more food chain. The food chain is of main types, two main types. Who will tell?
Detritus food chain.
Detritus food chain. Grazing food chain is the one where one animal, yes, come on, where one animal feeds on another animal organism. It is grazing food chain. Graze means here eat. So you plant are eaten by herbivores. Herbivores are eaten by carnivores. Carnivores are eaten by secondary carnivores, like that, or tertiary consumer. So that is the grazing food chain. Grazing food chain involves now first who are that? Who the food chain starts with whom? Who is there in the first topic level?
Grasses.
What you call them in one word?
Producers.
Producer. Producers are used by herbivores. Herbivores are eaten by
Carnivore.
So this is what is called the grazing food chain. Grazing food chain. So you have producer, you have herbivore, carnivore. Carnivores are also of two types: primary carnivore and secondary carnivore. Carnivores. How many topic levels I have shown here? How many topic levels I have shown here? How many? How many I have shown?
4.
Four. This is the first topic level. This is the second topic level. This is the third topic level. This is the fourth topic level. Okay? Fourth topic level. Right? So, Rakesh, give me,
Yes, sir.
give me one example for this topic level. In any ecosystem, tell one particular ecosystem, tell me. What is that?
In produces plants, sir.
Yeah?
Plants.
Yeah, in which ecosystem you're telling? Okay, plants.
In terrestrial.
Okay, then,
Deer. Lion.
then,
Uh,
can you again give you example here? You can change example? Yes? Herbivore. You choose any ecosystem of your choice. Anyone else? Lohit, can you tell me?
Grass.
Grass. Okay, then,
Grasshopper.
grasshopper. Then,
Frog.
frog. Then,
Snake.
snake. Okay. So in this way you do come across. So the number of topic levels in the grazing food chain is restricted. You do come across 1, 2, 3, 4. At the maximum, we can write one more, but not more than that. Why? Because it is restricted by transfer of energy, which follows the 10% law. What is the 10% law? Always ask a question. 10% law says that only 10% of the energy is transferred to each topic level from the lower topic level. That is the 10% law. Only 10% of energy is transferred to each topic level from the lower topic level. No, if it is say, there is 10,000 or 1 lakh joules or kilocalories of energy at the producer level. How much is passed to herbivores? How much is passed to herbivores? If it is 1 lakh of kilocalories of energy is available.
10,000.
Yeah, it is 10,000 at the level of primary producer, that at the level of second topic level. How much it is passed to carnivores?
1,000.
Third topic level, 1,000. How much energy is passed to the top one? Here,
100.
100. This is what the 10% law says. Is it clear? Siddesh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, did you call Harshvardhan?
Yes, sir.
Or has he come?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Harsha?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Or Sarvottam?
Sir, Sarastam phone is switch off, sir.
Switch it off. Okay, let him enjoy his sleep. Okay, now, right, Sarvottam.
The person you're calling is not.
Okay, so I hope you have followed this 10% law. Okay, right. See here, this is what I said. How much is the producers? In the producers, you have 10,000 kilocalories of energy. How much is passed to rabbit? Rabbit, it is 1,000 kilocalories. How much it is passed to snake? It is 100 kilocalories. How much it is passed to eagle? It is 10 kilocalories. Tanusri, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತೇನಮ್ಮ? Have followed? Jaya?
Yes, sir.
Tanu, are you there? Tanusri? Savitri?
Yes, sir.
Have you followed?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let us come to Kavita. Have you come?
Yes,
Kavita?
sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Have you followed this? In nature, it is possible to have so many levels. Producers, herbivore, primary carnivore, secondary carnivore in the grazing food chain. Okay. Okay. Do you think there is any such limitation in detritus food chain? Any such limitations? In the detritus food chain, you come across the dead bodies of the organism and decomposers. So this is what you have. You have here. You have here. See, this is the first producer. The producers, first topic level, producers, this is the second topic level, this is the third topic level, fourth topic level. So, whenever these individuals of any topic level, they die, their body is acted upon by the producer. So, producers can come even after first topic level, they can come. After second topic level also, they can come. Producers can occupy second topic level, third topic level, fourth topic level, fifth topic level, anywhere. Suppose when that or which one, this particular bird owl, it occupies fourth topic level. When this bird dies, it is occupied by, it is decomposed by the decomposers. So decomposers can fit into any topic level. As such, they are not at all given any assigned any topic level. Now, let us look into next important concept, ecological pyramids. Have you understood? Do you have any doubt? Anyone has any doubt? Come on, tell me. Do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
No? Shall you go ahead? Ecological pyramids? Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is ecological pyramid? You must know that if you listen to me very carefully, if you study 3 parameters, that is number, energy, and biomass. If these 3 parameters are studied in any ecosystem, you are selecting one ecosystem, you are going to study the parameter like number, where you are going to study the number of first topic level individuals, number of second topic level, third topic level, fourth topic level. If you study these 3 parameters, that is the number of individuals, or the biomass of these individuals, or the energy flow. If you look at energy availability, if you look into these 3 parameters in any ecosystem and start analyzing, studying in different topic levels, always you get, if at all you plot to them on a graph, always you'll get a broad base, first topic level, a broad base, on that you come across second topic level, on that you come across third topic level, on that you come across fourth topic level. And if you study this, you will get a picture of what is known as a pyramid with broad base and tapering effects. And this is what is called ecological pyramids. Ecological pyramids are also called Eltonian pyramids. Ecological pyramids are also called Eltonian pyramids. Eltonian pyramids because it was Charles Elton who has put forward this first time. Eltonian pyramids. So, you must be familiar with the shape of a pyramid. The base of a pyramid is always broad and it narrows down at the apex. One gets a similar shape similar pyramid, whether you express the food or energy relationship between organisms at a different trophic level. At a different trophic level. Understood? Namrata, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Duty,
Yes, sir.
Vismita?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, thus relationship is expressed in terms of number, biomass, or energy. That's what I said. If you study these three parameters, number, biomass, and energy, in any ecosystem, and you start analyzing them in a different trophic levels, you will get ecological pyramids. The base of each pyramid represents the producer. Always you should know the base is always, our ecological pyramid starts with the first tropical well. And you know, first tropical well is always occupied by the producer. The base of each pyramid represents the producer on the first tropical well, while the apex represents tertiary or top level consumer. Right? Look here. So the three ecological pyramids that are usually studied are pyramid of number, pyramid of biomass, and pyramid of energy. These are the three different types of ecological pyramids that we generally study. Okay, right? Chinmayi,
Yes, sir.
Chinmayi, Chinmayi.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you please repeat my last sentence.
Three pyramidal, sir. Pyramidal of number, pyramidal of biomass, pyramidal of energy.
Pyramidal, no pyramid. Okay, we are now looking into these three pyramids. The three ecological pyramids that are usually studied are pyramid of number, pyramid of biomass, and pyramid of energy. Let us take this one by one. Look here, this is what you have in your NCERT book. Can you see this? Can you see this diagram? Rafa?
Yes, sir.
Right. Look here.
Yes, sir.
This is what is called, this is figure A. Can you see this clearly? Can you read this, Rafa?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is what is called pyramid of numbers, where pyramid of numbers in grassland. See, primary producer, what is this tropical well? What is the tropical well? First tropical well. Primary producers, how much we are taking into pyramid of number for our study? Look here, it is a 5,842,000. And if you look into the second tropical well, primary consumer, which are herbivore, their number is a 708,000. If you look into second consumer, their number is a 3,54,000. And if you look into tertiary consumer, it is only 3. Right? Where it is? In the grassland. In the grassland. Okay? Rafa.
Yes, sir.
Who this may be? Who this may be? Only 3. Can you name them? Who may be these? We are studying the number in the grassland, number of the organisms. Who may doubt about this individual? Who may be there as a tertiary consumer? You know, tertiary consumer is a secondary carnivore. Can you tell me who may be? Can anyone help Rafa?
Tiger.
Pardon? Who is this? Who is this?
Tiger.
Kanisa?
Yes,
Is it
sir.
Kanisa? Yeah. Okay. Tiger. Other than tiger?
Lion.
Lion. Am I right? Lion. So, if you want to, anyone else you can bring? Can you bring any other animal?
Man.
Man. Oh, you are going to grassland? Okay, no problem. Yes, man also. Right? Man fits into any land, am I right? Including moonland. Okay. Or you can also include some other animals like, what is that? You know, wild dog. Or you can write wolf, etc. Okay, right. I hope it is understood. Now let us come to the, so this is pyramid with the broad base, and tapering apex, right? So coming to the pyramid of biomass, You look here, pyramidal biomass. So here, at the primary producer level, how many? What is the biomass weight? 809 kilo per meter square. And primary consumer, 37. See, the biomass goes on decreasing, right? This is what you have, the pyramid of biomass, right? Now we shall see the pyramid of biomass in aquatic ecosystem. Always you should know, in aquatic ecosystem, pyramid of biomass will be inverted. So, as far as the pyramids are concerned, you must know pyramids are of two types. As far as these pyramids are concerned, pyramids are of two types. One is upright pyramid, and another one is inverted pyramid. So, pyramid of number, upright pyramid. Pyramid of biomass, upright pyramid. Whether you take in any, here you have taken in the grassland ecosystem, and here also you have taken maybe in the grassland ecosystem, but you must always remember the pyramid of biomass, in an aquatic ecosystem is always inverted. It is not upright, it is inverted pyramid. Why? It is inverted pyramid because the first topic level, the primary producers level, if you take their body weight, their biomass, it is comparatively less than the primary consumer in aquatic ecosystem. Can you tell me who is the primary consumer in ocean? Can anyone tell me who is the primary producers in the ocean and who are the primary consumers in the ocean? Come on. And you have a clue that weight of the biomass of the primary consumer is more than primary producer. Who are the primary producer?
Fishes?
Yeah, who is telling? Kanisa?
Rafa, sir.
Rafa? Nidra agilenamma.
No, sir.
Are you feeling sleepy?
No, sir.
You told about whom? Primary consumer or producer?
Producer.
Producer is fishes.
No, sir. Consumer is fish. Producer can be that seaweed and all.
Yeah, but I think you came late, Rafa.
Yeah, 2 minutes late, sir.
2 minutes late is not that. I have covered after that. I have told today itself who are the primary producers in the aquatic ecosystem.
Phytoplanktons.
Yeah, phytoplanktons are the primary producer. I told you more than 70% of the food is produced by this phytoplankton. Okay, now who is the primary consumer in the ocean? Can you tell me?
Zooplankton.
Huh? Zooplankton. Who said zooplankton? Okay, come on. Who said? You are right. But is it that biomass wise, zooplankton weighs more than phytoplankton? Biomass wise?
No, sir.
You know who is the primary consumer in the ocean? You may not be knowing. You know, your whale is a primary consumer. Are you aware? Such a huge bodied animal, the largest animal in aquatic ecosystem, is a herbivore. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
The whales open their mouth, keep their mouth open and drink as much water as possible. And whales have a peculiar structure. Can anyone tell me? They have peculiar structure in their mouth. Do you know what is that? It helps in filtering. Do you know what is that? Diti, Namrata, do you know what is that? Prithvi, Rakesh, Vismita, Nadira, anyone? Lohit? They have a peculiar structure called comb-like structure. Called, Kanisa, Navya? 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 Called, Navya?
Yes, sir.
What are they? What are they? They are called baleen plates. They are called baleen plates. And when these waves shut their mouth, water starts moving out through the gaps between the baleen plates and all other organs are caught. Whale is the largest animal in the kingdom, eating smallest organism as the food. Understood? Understood. So to have very hefty body, strong body, you need not be a non-vegetarian. You can be a vegetarian also. Vegetarian also can have very strong body. So here, now, my question to you, Aisha, 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 Rafa,
Yes, sir.
yeah, my question to you is it the weight of phytoplankton is more, or is it the weight of whale is more, or whale like there are so many other fishes also. There are so many fishes which are also herbivore. There are so many insects which are herbivore. So if you look into the biomass, biomass of first tropic level is less than biomass of second tropic level, like that third tropic level. So it results in inverted pyramid. Understood? Is it clear? Is it clear, Harsha? Is it clear?
Yes,
Charan?
sir.
Charan, clear? Lohit, is it clear? Shall we go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Now, this is what the pyramid of energy. If you look at the pyramid of energy, look here. At the primary producer level, first topic level, how much energy is available? 10,000 joules. How much in the second topic level? 1,000 joules. How much in second topic level? That is second consumer level? 100 joules. And how much in the tertiary consumer level? It is 10 joules. 10 joules. Kavita? Kavita?
Yes, sir.
Kavita? Why it is like this? Why? What do they follow?
10% energy.
10% rule. 10% energy rule. Okay, only 10% of the energy is carried from one topic level to another topic level. Any calculations of energy content, but at the same time, I wanted to say, see, as far as the pyramid of number need not be always upright. Pyramid of biomass, we have already seen, it need not be upright. But the pyramid of energy is always upright. There is no excuse at all. I hope you understand my point. Pyramid of number need not be always upright. Sometimes it can be inverted, or sometimes it may show a little bit difference. Pyramid of number need not be always upright. Pyramid of biomass need not be always upright, but the pyramid of energy is always upright. Is always upright with a broad base and a tapering apex. So observe that primary producers convert only 1% of the energy in sunlight available to them into what is that NPP? What is net? What is the NPP?
Net
Navya?
primary productivity.
Pardon? Pardon? NPP?
Net primary productivity.
Net primary productivity. Any calculations of energy content, biomass, or numbers has to include all organisms at that topic level. What do you mean by this? What do you mean by this? Ispita, hear properly, listen to me. Any calculations of energy content, biomass, or numbers has to include all organisms at that topic level. Now, you cannot, suppose you wanted to take that one thing that you have to look into, you are studying about this pyramid of energy, or pyramid of biomass, or pyramid number. Now, let us say that you have this producer, okay, producer. Now, you have a crow, you have a crow, okay, Namrata, Namrata, Namrata,
Sir.
Namrata. Where you will put this crow, your crow? Where you will put crow? In which tropical you will put crow?
Third.
Third one. Namrata wants to add crow in third one. Navya, where you want to put it? Navya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Where you want to put it? Vishwas, where you want to put it? Quick, quick, quick. Where you want to put it? Where you want to put the crow? I'm not telling that Namrata is wrong. Namrata wanted to put her crow in third tropic level. Are you agreeing with all? All of you agree with the crow in third tropic level? Namrata? Namrata? Hey,
Yes, sir.
are you there?
Yes, sir.
Have you seen the crow eating paddy
No,
or
sir.
eating rice? Have you seen eating that? ನೋಡಿದ್ಯಾ ಭತ್ತ ತಿನ್ನೋದನ್ನು?
No, sir.
ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ? Do you think that crow is a carnivore or crow is a herbivore? What is that?
Carnivore.
Carnivore? Navya?
Omnivore. Yes, sir.
Omnivore. Omnivore. Now I want you to tell me where you will put this crow. Where you will put the crow? Quick. So now you have the dilemma. Am I right, Navya? Am I right? Am I right, Nadira?
Yes,
You
sir.
are under dilemma. Am I right, Fatima? Sir, am I right? Ratma? Sorry.
Yes,
Rafa?
sir.
Yeah? Where
Yes,
you want to
sir.
put? Rafa? Rafa? Rafa?
Uh,
Be quick, quick, quick.
all
You have to put somewhere. Where?
secondary, sir.
Second? Listen to me. If at all you are putting crow in a second, then you should not put here. Okay, Namrata, if at all you are putting it here, you should not put it here. Understood? Understood?
Yes, sir.
So, whenever you come across some animal which are known to be both herbivore and carnivore, you cannot put. Suppose if you want me put, either you should be put here. If at all I am strictly vegetarian, you have to put me here, or you have to put me here. Not in both. If you are, at all you are putting me here, then you should not put here. I am telling you about a human. If at all you're putting human beings here, you should not, if at all you're putting human beings here, you should not put human beings here. So, any calculations of energy content, biomass, or numbers has to include all organisms at a retrotropic level. So, when you look into that here, you can't say now you are looking to a second topic level. What that second topic level include? What that second topic level include? It includes what? Second tropical includes all herbivore. All herbivore. So you are going to forest. You want to include in this second tropical your pet animal, deer. Afterwards, what you want to include? Come on, quick. What do you want to include? Forest, you are going to forest. I am asking you to name the animals which you are interested to include in second tropical. Come on, quick. Deer. Hello. What animals, other animals are there in the forest?
Zebra.
You are going to straightway to zebra? Okay, right. Then, come on. Lohit?
Elephant,
sir.
sir.
Elephant. Then, come on, tell me.
Tiger.
Huh?
Tiger.
Who is putting tiger here? Hey? Who is this? Your tiger is eating grass?
No, sir.
Then, I am asking you, whom all you include this in this second topic?
Rabbit.
Rabbit? Vishwita, you don't have anyone for second topic level? Huh?
I only told sir rabbit.
Okay, come on. Your friend Nadira? Nadira?
Yes, sir.
Nadira. Huh? Nadira, you don't have any example? Only this many? Nadira, your friend. Nadira?
Yes, sir.
You don't want to remember this friend?
You want, sir.
Here? Your friend.
Monkey.
Yeah. Where shall I include? In the second. Right? Have you heard about the bison? Have you heard about bisons? Indian gore. So in this way, you do come across many in all these, whatever you come across, you should include in the second topical. You cannot be selective. See, if Nadira does not like monkeys, Nadira is not free to exclude a monkey. If Vismita wants a rabbit, she cannot say, I like a rabbit, I don't like a deer. You are not free. So, any calculations of energy content, biomass or number has to include all organisms at that topical well without leaving anyone. No generalizations we make will be true if we take only a few individuals at any topical well into account. So since you are interested, you don't know what is bison, you cannot exclude. You have to find out what is a bison and you have to include. No generalization we make will be true if we are very selective in counting the or taking into consideration. Also, given an organism may occupy more than one topic level simultaneously. A given organism may occupy more than one topic level simultaneously. I have already given the example. What is that? What is that? What is that? What is that? I have given an example where one organism occupies more than one topic level. What example have you given? Hello?
Crow.
Huh?
Crow.
Crow. Crow occupies the third topical level also, occupies the second topical level also. So, but what is that then? One must remember that the topic level represents a functional level. What is the topic level? How it obtains its energy. So, we have already seen a topic level is the position occupied by an organism based on its nutritional requirement. I hope you are understanding this point. Blessy, are you understanding this point? Blessy, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I thought that you have left the class. One must remember that the topic level represents function level and not a species as such. Any given species may occupy more than one topic level in the same ecosystem at the same time. For example, a sparrow. Sparrow, I hope you have heard about sparrow. Gubbi, gubbachi. A sparrow is a primary consumer when it eats seeds, fruits, peas, and a secondary consumer when it eats insects and worms. But either you should include it in the second topic level or you should include it in third topic level, but not at both. But not at both. Charan, Charan understood? 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 Charan, not there. Siddesh, understood?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. Can you work out how many topicals human beings function at a food chain? Come and tell me where all you can take him? Where all we can put human being? Viswita?
Second topic level.
Second, that's all.
Third.
Third, that's all.
Fourth.
Fourth, yeah, you can put anywhere. But remember, if at all you're putting him in second, don't include in third and fourth. If at all you're putting in third, don't include in second and fourth. Okay, like that. Now, in most ecosystems, all the pyramids of number, of energy, and biomass are upright. I have already told you this point. Producers are more in number and biomass than the herbivore in most ecosystems. All pyramids of number, energy, and biomass are generally upright. The producers are more in number and biomass than herbivore. Herbivores are more in number and biomass than the carnivore. Also, energy at a lower trophic level is always more than at a higher trophic level. Higher trophic level. Okay? Right? ಏನಮ್ಮ ನಮಸ್ತೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾತಾಡಲಾ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾತಾಡಲಾ ಕಂಗ್ರ್ಯಾಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಮಗಳು ಸಾಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿಯೇ ಬಿಟ್ಲು. ಓಕೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ ಸೊ pyramid number. So look here, pyramid number producers. Hello.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, come on now. I got one phone call. Can you tell me what is that call for? Can you guess what is that call? By the conversation I had? Can you guess? Kanisa? What may be that call? About what?
Don't know, sir.
Navya? Prithvi? Namrata? Lohit? Diti? Just a parent called and that his daughter called me yesterday, and she was our long-term course student, and she got a medical seat in government college, and she got some 2000 in odd rank, and she told me yesterday, and now her father is calling to tell that she got, and she was very studious, and that's whatever I have given the guidance that she mastered it. Out of the 8 serious student, long-term student, 8 serious long-term students, we are expecting 3 students to clear this and get into government medical college. Remember, so that should be the preparation of yours also. Next time, I don't mind, even if at all you disturb me and at the time of class telling that we got this seat. Okay, coming back. This is what upright pyramid. Producers are more, and next to that is the primary consumer. Primary consumers are lesser than producer, and secondary consumers are still less, and tertiary consumers are still less. So you see upright pyramid of number. And this is upright pyramid of biomass. Okay, right? And this is upright pyramid of energy. But this is not that always it holds good like that. No, there are exceptions to this generalization. If you were to count the number of insects feeding on a big tree, what kind of pyramid would you get? What kind of pyramid you get? One tree is there. Okay, one tree is there. On this tree, you come across thousands of insects. So first tropic level, how much? First tropic level, one tree, and you have hundreds of insects there. So what you get? What pyramid you get? So second tropical level, you have thousands of insects. So it will be inverted. So now add an estimate of number of small birds depending on these insects. Okay. Now this is first tropical level. This is the tropical level. You have thousands of insects. So, and on this, you come across hundreds of birds. What will happen now? What is pyramid this one? What pyramid it is? What pyramid it is? What is this? Navya, what shape? Is it a pyramid? This gives Diti, Namrata. What is this? It is spindle-shaped pyramid. Am I right? Are you following me? Namrata, are you there? Namrata?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Diti?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now add an estimate number of small birds depending on the insect, as also the number of larger birds eating the smaller. Draw the shape you will get. You'll get what you'll get? You'll get a spindle-shaped pyramid, not upright pyramid. You'll get a spindle shape. So look here, producer, one number. We shall see another one. And on this tree, one tree, you have hundreds of birds. One tree, 100 birds. And each bird has, let us say that 10 parasite in the body. How much it will be? 1000. And each parasite has again 10 hyperparasite. Parasite in the body of parasite. So you will get 10,000. This is inverted pyramid of number. Have you followed this? Sarvotam? Siddesh? Harsha?
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Shall you go ahead? Okay. The pyramidal biomass in sea is always generally inverted. I have already told you, because the biomass of fishes far exceeds that of phytoplankton. So there are many fishes which are herbivore, vase herbivore. So these small fishes are eaten by larger fishes, and their body weight, if you see, their body weight will be more. And it is actually inverted pyramid of biomass you come across in case of C. In the number, C produces 4 gram per meter square, herbivores 8 gram per meter square, and carnivore 12 gram per meter square. What is this? This is inverted pyramid of biomass in an aquatic ecosystem. Right? Clear? Pyramid of energy is always upright, can never be inverted. Because when energy flows from a particular tropical well to the next tropical well, some energy is always lost as heat at each step. Each bar in energy pyramid indicates the amount of energy present at each tropical level in a given time or annually per unit area. So this is what produces 1000 kilocalories energy, primary consumer 100 kilocalories, secondary consumer 10 kilocalories, and tertiary consumer 1 kilocalorie. Right? However, there are certain limitations of ecological pyramids, such as it does not take into account the same species belonging to two or more tropical wells. It assumes a simple food chain, something that almost never exists in nature. It does not accommodate food web. So our pyramid of number, pyramid of energy, especially pyramid of energy, it does not take into account. It does not accommodate food web. What is a food web? You already heard about food web. In food web, different animals feed on different types of animals as their food. A number of carnivores feed on different types of herbivore. So it is not that they feed on only one. So there is interlink, and this interconnected food chain is called food web. Moreover, saprophytes, which are fungi. Saprophytes are not given any place in an ecological pyramid, even though they play a vital role in an ecosystem. Saprophytes are here bacteria and fungi. They are not given any particular role in ecological pyramid, even though they play a very vital role. Because these saprophytes are the organisms which eat on dead and decaying matter. Dead and decaying. So these are not given any place, but they fit into every level. Right? So, is it clear? Any doubt on ecological pyramid? Hello? Any doubt on ecological pyramid? Are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Aisha,
Yes, sir.
can you tell me which pyramid is always upright? Which type of a pyramid is always upright without any exception? Blessy? Aisha? Aisha, why you are not answering? Is it that difficult? Is it that difficult? Siddesh, you are getting, yeah. Okay, Blessy? Siddesh, Blessy? Blessy?
Sir, energy pyramid.
Siddesh, ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಹೇಳು ಪುನಃ ಸಿದ್ದೇಶ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಮೈ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ನೀವು ಮೈಕ್ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಬ್ಲೆಸ್ಸಿ
Yes, sir.
ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್
Pyramid of biomass.
ಏನಮ್ಮ ಪಿರಮಿಡ್ ಬಯೋಮಾಸ್
Sir, pyramid of energy.
Aisha, why you took this much of time?
I was about to answer, sir, but then someone's mic was disturbing.
Blessy,
Yes, sir.
Is it that the pyramid of biomass is always upright?
No, it's inverted, sir.
Which one? Where it is inverted? Tell me, elaborate on that. Blessy, elaborate on that. Where the pyramid of biomass is inverted?
In the sea.
How? Elaborate on that. You may be right. How? Who will tell me? Come on.
Large insects feeding on the single tree.
Pardon?
Large insects feeding
The
on the
number
single.
of smaller fishes is less than that of the bigger ones.
Yeah. Rakesh, what did you say?
That large insects feeding on the single trees.
In the ocean?
No, sir, in the terrestrial.
What you are telling? Large
insects.
In the size?
In the size only, sir. Sir, in the number.
Large number of insects feeding on a single tree. Okay, that's inverted. Okay, now we shall come to the next point, that is ecological succession. This is another important point what you have to bother. Are you seeing this slide? Are you seeing this slide?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In the chapter 13, organisms and population, we have learned that the characteristics of population and community and also their response to environment and how such responses vary from an individual response. Now let us examine another aspect of a community response to environment over time. What is that? An important characteristic of all communities, you know, community includes all type of organisms living in a particular place. An important characteristic of all communities is that composition and structure constantly change in response to changing environmental condition. I repeat again, composition and structure constantly change in response to the changing environmental condition. Right? I think some of you may be having some sort of a small forest, nearby your village. Tanusri?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you have any forest near your village?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Since how long you are seeing that forest? Right from last 16 years. Am I right? Tanu?
Yes, sir.
Whether that forest, whatever you have been seeing, whether it is like that only right from your knowledge, right from your school days, primary school days,
No,
up to now?
No, sir.
Yeah? What is happening?
No, sir.
What has happened to that?
They're cutting, sir.
Yeah, cutting of the trees taking place. Is it that your forest is swelling or shrinking? Is it is becoming bigger and bigger, or is it becoming smaller and smaller?
Smaller.
Smaller. Like that. You might have seen one or the other habitat, and you see that the composition and the structure constantly change in response to changing environmental condition. This change is orderly and sequential and parallel with the changes in the physical environment. Everywhere you come across a change. Is it not that in your village, do you think that what all croplands were there, are they present now also? croplands? Prithvi?
Yes, sir.
Prithvi? The croplands which you used to see in your village during your school days, primary school days, is it that much of cropland is also there now?
No, sir.
What is happening?
They're building the buildings.
Okay, cropland is getting converted into residential areas. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the change is orderly and sequential, parallel with the changes in the physical environment. So since the buildings are coming, he is telling that buildings are coming in the cropland. So the cropland is no more remaining as cropland, it is getting converted. There are no more growth of any crops because of changes in the physical environment. So now, what I wanted to tell you, you are coming across with the Western Ghat. Have you heard about Western Ghat? Right? You have heard about Western Ghats. What was this Western Ghat several millions of years back? Now it is a forest. Western Ghats is a forest. Do you know what was there in the Western Ghat when it was not a Western Ghat? What was there in that place? Any idea? Any idea? Anyone? Lohit? Have any idea? Lohit, are you there? Lohit? Are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah? Answer my question.
Yes.
Answer my question. What is the answer? Lohit? Lohit? Lohit?
Yes, sir.
What is the answer? What is the question? What was the question? Rakesh, what was the question?
What was there in the Western Ghats before 1000 years?
1,000, not 1,000, millions of years. Any answer, Navya? Jiti? Harsha? Siddesh? Any answer from any one of you? Vismita? Vismita?
Yes, sir.
What is your answer? Where you come across Western Ghat today, it was actually ocean. There was no landmass at all. It is a volcanic eruption in the ocean region gradually turned out to be the forest today. Or wherever you come across forest today, in all these areas where you come across forest, it was a barren rock. Barren rock. Barren rock. In due course of time, this barren rock got converted into the forest. So this change is orderly and sequential, one after another, parallel with the changes in the physical environment. These changes led, finally, to a community that is in a near equilibrium with the environment, and that is called climax community. Whatever Western Ghat you have, that is an example for climax community. Climax community. And if at all I say, you may wonder, whatever the desert you see today in Africa, Sahara Desert, once upon a time, the Sahara Desert was a forested land. So you do come across the changes, whatever is happening in any particular area, gradually it leads to an equilibrium stage with the environment, and this is called climax community. What you see today may be forest in Western Ghat area or Eastern Ghat area, or the whatever you see desert in Rajasthan, whatever you see the grassland meadows in Madhya Pradesh and all, or whatever you see, the hillocks, mountains in the west, mountains in the north, that India, Himalayas, all these have reached, all these are examples for climax community. To form this climax community, it has taken millions of years. And this climax community may get disturbed at any time, as we are disturbing Western Ghat now. It was a solid Western Ghat. Wherever you see thick woody trees used to be there. But now hardly you will get any such thick forest in any part of India. Wherever you go, you see the interference of human beings. The gradual and fairly predictable change in the species composition of a given area is called ecological succession. It is called ecological succession. What is ecological succession? It is a gradual, fairly predictable. You can expect, yes, this is going to become like this. Fairly predictable change in the species composition of a given area called ecological succession. Now, I wanted to say, have you, any one of you, have any pond or lake nearby your village? Pond or a small lake? Have any one of you have? Come on, tell me quick. Which you are seeing since your birth. Come on. Come on. Quick, quick. You don't have it all? Hello.
Sir, I've seen, sir.
Duty, is it Duti's voice?
Yes, sir.
Is it whether you have seen the pond or lake?
Lake.
Lake. Where? It's Bangalore?
Sir, it's next to my house only, sir.
Bangalore. Okay. Duty, tell me, how wide was your lake when you were a small child, and how wide is now? Whether it's a width.
Sir, it's the same. It's the same.
Same, huh? There was no change at all.
No, sir, I didn't see any change.
It was like that only. You just ask your grandpa or grandma today. Okay. How was that lake about 50 years back? Okay. Okay. If you see the lake or anyone else, okay, good. Duty, you have contributed to this. Anyone else? Come on, quick. Where you see year after year change in the dimension of the pond or lake, the big lake is becoming smaller and smaller. Have you seen? Any one of you? Natural lake. Of course, not I'm telling about urban lake where Diti is living. If at all in your village where there is some lake, yes, come on. I think Tanusri, Jayasri, Savitri may answer. Or Sarvotam, Siddesh, Harshavardhan, Charan, Chinmay may answer. Hello? Hello? Take it granted. If at all you have any pond or lake, in due course of time, because more and more rainwater brings there, more and more soil from a neighboring area, the lake starts getting filled. With this soil, from the sides it starts getting filled, and gradually the lake dimension starts decreasing. And one fine day, this lake gets transformed into land. After that, you see that the grasses to grow there. After that, you see that small herbs to grow there. After that, sometimes you see that shrubs to grow there. And after several millions of years, you see that this land gets transformed into forested land. Understood, Jiti? Understood, clear? Right? So, the gradual, fairly predictable change in the species composition of a given area is called ecological succession. During succession, some species colonize an area and their population become more numerous, whereas populations of other species decline and even disappear. During succession, what is succession? Very important definition. Succession is nothing but the gradual, fairly predictable change in the species composition of a given area. It is gradual change. It is fairly predictable. Now, as I said, I have predicted your pond or your lake, whatever is there today, I am 100% sure after another millions of years, it is going to be transformed into forest. What happens? First of all, I can expect, yes, every year the soil gets into the lake. soil comes out along with the rainwater, and this soil gets accumulated here. The moment the soil gets accumulated here, its depth decreases. Depth decreases. Am I right, Kanisa? Are you following me? Are you following me? Are you following me, Aisha?
Yes, sir.
You following
Yes,
me?
sir.
So in due course of time, your lake starts getting filled with more and more and more and more soil. Its depth decreases. When the depth decreases, the vegetation also goes on changing. When it completely gets filled with, then you see further change in vegetation, and the vegetation changes. The animals also, depending on them, change, and ultimately this gets transformed into another type of land mass. From a lake or pond, it becomes a terrestrial. From terrestrial, at the beginning, it will be encouraging only herb growth, later shrub growth, later tree growth, and finally it gets transformed into the forest. This is what the predictable change I am telling. Predictable change. So a gradual and a fairly predictable change in species composition. When it is a lake, when it's a big lake, what the species of plants or animals are there, they are different. When it gets a smaller and smaller in size, the plants and animal species are different. When it gets still smaller, you see different types of plant species and depending animal species. When it gets transformed into the land with the small herbs and all, different types of vegetation, different types of the animal population. When it gets converted to shrubs, with the shrubs, again, different types of vegetation, different types of the animal population. When it gets converted to forest, altogether different types of vegetation, different types of population, even that the animal population come across. This is what you say. During succession, some species colonize an area and their population become more numerous, whereas populations of other species which was there earlier, they decline. When whatever water is there, what was there plenty, what the species you have seen, they will not be there when the water gets reduced. So the new population becomes more numerous, whereas old populations decline and even disappear. Is it clear? Is it clear about ecological succession definition? Right? So the entire sequence of communities. Now let us say earlier it was A species, then B species came, then C species, then D species, then E species, then F species. So once this A species was there, numerous, later when the B species came here, A species started getting reduced in number, but the B species starts increasing number. When it changed environment, makes another species to come, so this will increase, this will decrease, this will increase, this will decrease, this will increase, this will decrease. So the entire sequence of communities that successfully change in a given area are called seed or seeds. So A, B, C, D, E, F, these are all seeds. It is not a seed Allah, seed. Seeds. The individual transition communities are termed serial stages or serial communities. Now let us think that is the first stage to appear. We call pioneer. And this is the last stage to appear. Let us think that it is the climax community with a big climax with big trees. So this is the first one, pioneer species. There is the last species to appear there. So the individual transition communities are termed serial stages or serial communities. So whatever you community come across, these are all serial communities. Serial communities include seeds, different seeds. In the successive serial stages, there is a change in the diversity of a species organism. You see different species at all different levels. Increase in the number of species and organisms as well as increase in the total biomass. When you look into climax community like a forest and compare with the first barren land, there will be total change in the biomass, increase in the total biomass. So the present day communities in the world have come to be because of succession. If you see today Himalayan mountains or Thar desert or some grasslands or some forest lands, these are all due to present day communities in the whole world have come to because of a succession that has occurred over millions of years since life started on earth. Actually, succession and evolution always go hand in hand. They are always a parallel process to occur at the time. So this is what you know. See, if you come across a forest today in this area, once upon a time, this area was with the annual weeds. These annual weeds which used to die in every year, and these used to get replaced by perennial weeds. That means which used to live for more years. These got replaced by perennial weeds and grasses, got replaced by shrubs. When shrubs started going there, these numbers started becoming less and less, and these got replaced by young pine forest, and later these were replaced by the long woody trees, forested trees, right? So I am stopping it here, and I shall continue from here in my next class. And in my next class, I am going to finish this particular chapter. Okay?